Now, we are going to see the programmable peripheral interface internal connection. So in this particular diagram, 37th slide, you're seeing that diagram. That is the port A, port C, port B, all these ports. I was telling port A is acting as an input port, port A is acting as an output port. Now, we cannot tell orally. I hope you're understanding. We cannot tell it orally. If port A is input, port A is output. So somebody should be there to guide that this port A is input or port B is output, like that. So for that purpose, there is one separate register here called as control word register. That control word register you cannot see in this diagram, but internally there is one register. Now, that particular register has few bits, and each bit will give some information. So those bits will tell whether this particular port A is input port or output port, like that. Now, who is going to write the control word register? That is written by the processor. Processor will write the control word register. So based on that, this particular ports will start behaving either as an input port or output port. So that is what we are going to see in the next slide. So you're seeing the 8-bit register D0 to D7. I hope all of you are seeing the D0 to D7. Now, here each bit is actually going to talk about the port and in what way we are going to use that, in what applications we are going to use that. So now I will start from the D7th bit. So D7th bit is actually, if it is 1, then it is an IO mode. If it is 0, it is DSR mode, bit set reset mode. Usually all our applications we make the D7 as IO mode. The bit set reset is for different applications. Anyway, it's not required for your syllabus. Now, D6 and D5 together, you are seeing here, it is connected to mode selection. Now, what is this? D6 and D5 together, it is 2 bits. So, how many combinations you will get? You will get 4 combinations: 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1. So, what is 0, 0? So, this is little bit, there is a mistake here. So, 0, 0 is nothing but mode 0. 0, 1 is mode 1. There's a small mistake there in the diagram. 0, 0 is mode 0, 0, 1 is mode 1, and 1, 0 is mode 2. 1, 1, it is not there. It is not applicable. Now, what is this mode 0, mode 1, mode 2? To tell it in simple way, simple terms, because anyway, this is not there for you people practically, but let me briefly tell you. Mode 0 is for simple applications like connecting stepper, motor, keyboard, whatever the applications we were doing in labs are all mode 0, simple application. Mode 1 is something with related to the handshaking. So you know handshaking means a mutual understanding. With the acknowledgement, it proceeds. Mode 2 means bidirectional. So at the same, you can transmit the data on both the sides. So these are the application. Now these modes are mainly used for port A. So whatever I said so far, mode selection, it is for port A. I'm repeating, D6 and D5 is these 2 bits together is going to give 4 combinations, and those 4 combinations will tell whether port A is in mode 0, port A is in mode 1, or port A is in mode 2. So all of you know what is port A. Now let us go to the next bit. What is it? D4 bit. So D4 bit is port A, the actual port A, the data bit. So always if this particular bit, that is D4 bit, if it is 1, then port A becomes input. If it is 0, port A becomes output. So now let us go to 37th slide to understand that. Means you are seeing port A here. If that particular bit is 1, then port A is becoming an input. If that particular bit D4 is 0, port A is becoming output. Means in the first example, I took stepper motor. I connected stepper motor. So port A is becoming an output, because from the processor, the data is coming via port A to the stepper motor. So port A becomes an output. In case of keypad, if I'm connecting keypad to port A, from the keypad, it is coming via port A and going to the microprocessor. So that time, that particular bit becomes input. That is 1. Let's go to 38th slide. So I hope this is clear to you. So D4 means if that particular bit is 1, it's that particular, all 8 pins will become an input pin. If it is 0, all 8 pins will become output pins. Now, we'll go to the next one, D3. So D3, port C upper. So same concept. If there are only 4 pins, but here also we can choose those 4 pins as input or output. So if this is 1, if D3 bit is 1, then all the 4 pins will become input. If it is 0, all the 4 pins will become output. You can see in the previous slide, 37 slide, you can see port C upper. So this, if it is 1, all the 4 pins will become input. If it is 0, all the 4 pins will become output. Let's continue. So this is about port C upper. Now let us go to the next bit. Now let us go to the next bit. Which is the next bit? D2. So D2 is connected to mode selection. Now this is the mode selection for port B. Earlier one was done for port A. Now it is for port B. So there is only one bit. So I can have only 2 combinations, either 0 or 1. Very simple. If it is 0, mode 0. If it is 1, it is mode 1. Again, there is a small mistake in the diagram. So if it is 0, it is mode 0. If it is 1, it is mode 1. So simple. If it is mode 0, you are using port B for simple application. If it is mode 1, you are using port B for some handshaking application. Let's go to the next one. Port C. Now is the actual data pin. Now, if the port B, if it is 1, it is used for input. If it is 0, it is for output. So you can go to the previous slide and you can see port B, PB0 to PB7. If it is 1, all these pins will become input. If it is 0, all PB0 to PB7 will become output. Let's continue with the next pin. What is the next pin? D0. So what is D0? This particular bit is signifying port C lower. So if this particular bit is 1, then port C lower, PC0 to PC3. You can see there only PC0 to PC3, it is acting as input. If it is 0, this bits are acting as output. You can refer 37 slides. So if that particular D0 bit is 1, then PC0 to PC3 is acting as input. If it is 0, PC0 to PC3 is acting as output. So this is the control word with the group definition. So you can understand this entire diagram. If you understand the further concept, whatever is there in your syllabus, it will be clear for you. So now let us summarize. This particular 37th and 38th slide is mainly given for your better understanding. If you understand these 2 slides, the next slide, 39th slide, whatever you are having in your syllabus, you will understand it better. Otherwise, it looks just like one data sheet. It is not so easy to understand. So all these are interrelated. Now the 39th slide, whatever you are having is the same thing. It's a pin description. Whatever I have taught, it was through diagram. But now, in your syllabus, you don't have diagram. You have a description, summary. So now we will just summarize it at once. By now, I hope it is clear to all of you. We'll summarize it from D7th bit. We'll start from the bottom. So D7th bit. As I said, D7 bit, if it is 1, it is IO mode. If it is 0, it is bit set reset mode. Now coming to D5 and D6, I told you it is 0, 0 means mode 0. If it is 0, 1 means mode 1. It is 1, 0 means mode 2. By now, I hope you're able to remember, you can relate it. Mode 0, that is nothing but simple IO. Mode 1 means handshaking signals. Mode 2 means it is mainly used for bidirectional ports. Now let us go to D4. In D4, you are seeing if this particular bit is 1, then the entire port is acting as input port. This also you could understand. If it is 0, the entire port is used as output port. Now coming to D3. Okay, now we will summarize the entire data sheet once again. You are seeing with D0 to D7. So we will summarize from D7. So D7, if you are seeing, it is equal to 1. So D7 equals 1 means it is IO mode. If it is 0 means it is bit set reset mode. Now D5 and D6, you are having 2, I said 4 combinations, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1x, 1, 1. So what is 0, 0? It is mode 0. What is 0, 1? It is mode 1. What is 1, 0? Mode 2. Mode 0 means simple IO mode. Mode 1 means handshaking signals used for handshaking purpose. Mode 2 is mainly meant for bidirectional ports. Now coming to the next one, D4. D4, if it is 1, then port A, the entire port A is used as input port. If it is 0, the entire port A is used as output port. Going to next D3, you can see if this particular bit is 1, port C upper is used as input port. If it is 0, port C upper is used as output port. Now coming to D2, D2 it is 0. If it is 0, it is mode 0 for port B. If it is 1, it is mode 1 for port B. Now coming to D1, if that D1 equals 1, then entire port B bit is an input port. If it is 0, entire port B is output port. If D0, if it is 1, it is CL, means 4C lower. It is acting, those 4 bits are acting as input port. If it is 0, D0 bit is equal to 0, then CL, that is those 4 bits is acting as output port. So with this is actually a summary of the entire control word register which is there in your syllabus. I hope these things are clear to you.